This is episode 1 of my Howard University lore slash why the fuck did I date that Howard man. So get your popcorn, y'all. It's some tea. I joined some orgs, became Greek, met a boy, fell in love, and the drama began. Jesus. So we're gonna start this story my sophomore year. So this is the fall of 2015. And I just want to give y'all a little bit of background so you understand me a little bit more. When I was in high school, I dated a boy. He was like typical hood dude in the streets, tattoos. He was so fine to me. He was tall, light skinned. Everybody liked him. He was my man. Now, I already told my live the background about this guy, and it's kind of important to this story, but if y'all want to hear it, just let me know in the comments if I can go into a little bit more detail. But essentially, after dealing with this hood dude, I decided my sophomore year, which was when I finally broke up with him after he posted my nude, that I was done with the hood dudes. I am only dealing with the college men like my mama told me. She told me not to talk to him. I'm moving on to bigger and better. So boom. My sophomore year, I am focused on becoming Greek. I am doing everything I can to become an AKA. In the spring of 2016, I cross and I become an AKA. So now it's summer 2016. I'm back at home in Birmingham because my mama made me come home because my grades had taken a little bit of a plummet. And one day I get a DM on Twitter. Y'all, I should have never even opened the DM. So boom, I open up the DM and it's the guy who I ultimately ended up dating. We're gonna call him Twitter Fingers. So Twitter Fingers is in my DMs, basically like, you're gorgeous. I saw you on campus. Can I have your number? Y'all, I had just got off a line at this time. I'm looking cute. I'm skinny. If you know, you know. Body looking good. I'm hot shit. So I'm like, nah, I'm gonna make him do a little chase. So I say to him, no, like, I don't really do like the DM exchanges. You can hit me up when we get back to campus. So fast forward, I ended up dating a whole other dude that summer, who I had met while I was at home, but that's a story for another day. And it's not really no drama, but yeah, but that relationship doesn't last. By the time I get back to school, the relationship is ending because we weren't gonna be able to do long distance. So boom, I get back on campus, y'all. I want to say the first day of classes, I'm in front of the School of B, and who do I run into? Twitter Fingers. So we're both laughing because it's like, what are the odds? And he comes up to me and he's basically like, found you on campus. Like, here we are. Like, let me get your number. And I think I say something along those lines like, no, I don't think so. Y'all, he was in a grade below me. At this time, remember, I had dated like boys who was older than me. That's what I liked. Like, I was thinking, no, he too young. Like, I'm not about to date him. So I basically tell him no. So boom. I don't know if it was that day or maybe the next day, but it was the first day that my accounting 1 class had to meet. So y'all, I go to accounting. I'm late per usual. This is all the time. But I get to the accounting class. Who is in my accounting class? You guessed it. Twitter Fingers. So now we just laugh and like, oh my God. Like, okay, I obviously can't get rid of you. So I give him my number. So after I give him my number, of course, he immediately uses it. So we start to hang out. I live in an apartment with 3 of my other line sisters, and he would be coming over to like visit me and stuff. Now, because I knew that he liked me, and my line sisters also wanted me to talk to him, so I was trying to give him a chance, but again, I wasn't really feeling him for real. So I would kind of be making him jump through hoops. Like, I would be like, oh, you got to bring us some food, and oh, can you come pick us up? Like, and he's doing it because he's trying to talk to me. He's like also courting me a little bit, right? So boom, this goes on from about August up until around maybe like October, November of what year we in? 2016. So boom, one day my two of my roommates come home and they're like, oh my God, we saw Twitter fingers at a restaurant with a girl and we did some digging and we found out the girl is his girlfriend. So I'm like, girlfriend, like, yuck, right? So I'm like, oh, he got a girlfriend, like, cool, I'm cool on him. Like, I just ghost because, again, I wasn't even really feeling him like that. So I'm like, it ain't even no use in me trying to confront him. Like, he got it. So he is calling me, texting me. I am not responding. Like, I ghost him. Mind you, college years be feeling different. So I don't know if it had gone like maybe 2 or 3 weeks or if it had been a month, but I was not responding to any of his messages or his calls. Now, we're going to call my two friends or my two roommates that told me this, Kennedy and Jada. Yeah. So one day, I think it was like a month later, Kennedy and Jada go to a house party. The house party is being thrown by some of Twitterfinger's roommates. So it's at his house, but he's living in the basement at this time. He sees them at the party and he like, where is Maya? Like, she not responding to none of my messages. Is she here? Da da da. And then like, oh, she not talking to you no more. Like, we told her about you in XYZ and she said she not dealing with you. Y'all, this was college. So they always liked him for me anyway. So they basically let this man convince them that he will give them a free ride home if they bring him to our house. I was so annoyed. So next thing I know, I hear the door opening and who walks into my room? Twitter fingers. Mind you, y'all, I am taking out like a sew-in at the time. So half of me is embarrassed that like half of my braids are out. But also, why the hell is he here? So I'm going off on everybody. I'm like, what the fuck is he here? Y'all couldn't even tell me. Why did y'all bring him here? And I'm telling him, he gets like on his knees and he's like, why you not talking to me? Like, he's asking me like to talk to him. And I'm like, I'm not dealing with you no more. Like, you got a girlfriend. They told me. Like, I am not dealing with you. Forget you. Y'all, I really should have stopped dealing with him right then. But y'all know how it go. So boom, I cussed him out so bad, y'all. I'm from the South, y'all, and I grew up in my grandma's house with my grandparents. I know how to cuss real, real good. So I cussed him out bad, right? And he end up just giving up. He like, all right, I'm gonna leave. So he leave. I'm going off on my roommates. They run in their room and they lock the door. They think it's funny, like, but whatever. We get over that. Of course, these my friends, so like, it's not no big deal. So fast forward, right? We leave for Thanksgiving, Christmas break. We're gone. We get back right after the new year. I'm in the school of business. Who do I run into again? It's like 3 people in the lobby of School of B. And here is Twitter fingers. I see him. I don't say nothing. I just walk out. I don't even speak. Maybe like 2 minutes later, he calls me on the phone and he's like, can we go to a coffee shop and talk? I'm like, I don't like coffee. He like, well, can you want to go to a park and talk? I don't like the outdoors. I'm giving him a hard time. But that night, one of my line sisters is having a birthday dinner, and so I go to her birthday dinner and I get a little tipsy. I look at my call log, and of course, remember, he had called me that day. I see him on my call log. Y'all, I call him. So I call him. He comes over to my house, like, old time's sake. And like, we hanging out and he's telling me like, I'm not with the girl no more. That was the last time we was together. We were having like a closure conversation. That was it. Y'all, later found out he was lying, but that's story for another time. Y'all, from that day on, this is January 2017. I am with this boy damn near every day after that. I let him spend the night at my house and we don't do anything, but we're together from that day on. Fast forward, we get to Valentine's Day. Y'all, he is so romantic. He decorates my entire rooms. He does this with my line sisters who I live with. Flowers like Victoria's Secret, Steve Madden shoes, Bath and Body Works. You know, that's not a lot now to some people, but like back then I'm like, oh, he loved me. And he asks me on a card, do you want to be my girlfriend? Yes or no? So cute. And I say yes. So we start dating February 14th, 2017. Soon after that, y'all, he gets online to be Greek. And from that day in January when I let him stay in my house up until April 2017 when he crosses, we are in bliss. Comment for episode 2.